Yo, what's going on,
Yo, what's going
TTO?
on, TTO?
I think some.
I think
Oh,
some.
Amanda, I can
Oh,
hear you
Amanda, I
good.
can hear you good. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. All right. So, yo, TTO, you know what? I'm supposed to be saying, hey y'all, for all my Georgia people. What's going on? So today on tonight's Google Hangout, you guys seriously grab a pen, grab some paper. I have a lot of stuff to talk about concerning parties, how to get more parties. What Amanda has some really great tips on how to actually do some parties. So tonight's going to be all about. Oh, Mary Jo, I can see you. So tonight's going to be all about parties. But first, we're going to talk to Mary Jo, who's rocking it out on the leader boards for our TTO marketing system. So we want to hear what she's got to say, what's going on. So Mary Jo, over to you. Talk to us.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for having me. I wanted to talk about a couple of things towards the TTO marketing system that is absolutely wonderful and has a lot of improvements in the last few weeks. But I've had some success using the sampling program first. You want to make sure that you have that turned on in your marketing system, the back office. And then you can use the videos that are specifically for people to put their information in, and then you get an email and send them a free sample of Instantly Ageless. And that way you've captured all their information and you can follow up with them a few days later and then go from there. And the other thing that I've done is bought a spot in the traffic co-ops. And they are a pool of Jeunesse members, or TTO members, excuse me. And as soon as that fills up with 30 buyers, then they have niche funnels that go out, and they're specific to our niche in being health and beauty. And then traffic starts being captured, and those are divvied up between the 30 members that are participating. And as those leads start coming in, you receive an email every time you get one. And you don't have to do anything, but the best thing to do is to make a personalized, welcome video. Hi, how you doing? This is who we are and how great our team is, and if you need anything, I'm here to answer your questions. And you can insert that video into a marketing video. That's not the right word, is it?
The custom video link. It's good.
Yes, thank you. The custom video link that you'll find in the marketing system. And you just stick that video in there, and then when these leads come with the information, you'll have an email address, and you can send them that video that way. And the system itself sends a schedule of emails to these people. They're called autoresponders, but they're already done for you. All the information is there. What I've done is actually signed up for one myself, so that I'm actually getting those emails just like if I was, a new person wanting some information and that. So all those leads are tracked in the TTO marketing system. So you can go in there and look at each individual lead, and you can see what video or what email or what videos have been sent to them, if they've opened them or if they haven't. And well, right now I haven't had it happen, but I'm sure you can tell if they opted out of the email. So, you can get used to working in there and, find out if you think it's an appropriate time to maybe touch base with those people. You can also find them on Facebook, Twitter, so that you can follow them. You can go check them out and see what their interests are, maybe if they're in a different business or something like that. But anyway, it's a great tool. It's already made for you, so you need to use it. And don't forget to turn on the sampling system. Thanks.
Rock on, Mary Jo. Thanks so much. The sample system is one of my favorite parts. I know a lot of people on my team, if you send five samples a month, you're like paying for your marketing system. So make sure that it's turned on, like Mary Jo said, send that link out. And, now you're getting the marketing system for nothing and getting leads. Great. And, following up, staying in front of your leads. I like what you said about coming back and seeing what people are clicking on. That's something that I do as well. Like, if you go through the emails and you could see which links they click on, later, and then when you're following up, you decide what you're going to say or what you're going to do and use that custom video link. Mary Jo, rocking out, dude. Congratulations on being on the leaderboard. Thank you so much for that. That was awesome. So, you guys, yeah. What? Hold on. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. All right. So I want to kind of get into the party thing and what I've been doing with my team, which is how I know you want to laugh. It's ripping my ear gear out of my head. But I kind of want to get into the party thing. Something that I've been doing with my team that's been working, what we're doing to get more parties, and how we're holding each other accountable for the things that we're doing. It's kind of building like this nice team camaraderie between us, and we're all rooting for each other, and things are coming together really nicely. So I kind of want to go over what we've been doing and go back to basics on getting parties or, something like that. So here's the gist of what's been going on in my world or the team's world, and we've been trying these things out. It's to offer people a free mini facial. Now, see, people get products for free, and that's one thing. But offering a service for free, this is something that a teammate of mine, Kimmy, were talking about earlier. To get a product for free is one thing. You never know if they're putting it on their face or using it. But to give a service for free is something completely different. Now, we have Instantly Ageless, and that's 2 minutes. You get in front of that person for 2 minutes. You have that 2-minute wow factor. But offering somebody a free mini facial, now you're telling them, like I told this woman, Jen and Marcy, like it'll take 45 minutes to an hour for your free mini facial. Now you're getting in front of people. You're adding, the key we always talk about, Sed's always talking about, is keep your calendar full. Just keep appointment after appointment, phone call after phone call, or free facial after free facial. So I actually have some text messages that I sent today. I was talking to a woman from my son's school. We had a 2-hour delay. And I just was asking her, are you coming in at 9:30? Just back and forth text. And she just happened to say to me, how's business going? I wanted to ask you how your business is going. And I was like, it's going great. I'm offering these people. Here's what I've been saying. Now, you could use this on your hot market especially. What is your hot market? Those people who will do anything for you. Hey, I need to do 100 free facials this month or 30 free facials this month. Would you be down? Would you help me out and let me do a free facial on you? And here's the deal. I just said, I have to do 100 free facials this month, so I'm really looking forward to that, these free mini facials. If you want a free mini facial, let me know. I'd be happy to come and do it for you. And she was like, OMG, really? A free facial? I would love to have one. Can Jen come too? I was like, of course, Jen can come too, yes. So it was in that moment, I booked this free facial. So you have to remember, like, you're booking the free facial and you're getting free, you're getting product on people's faces, which is important. You're using the Luminous skincare line, right? And you're getting into someone's home. She wanted to do it in her home. Now she's talking to a friend who wanted the free facial too. So remember, you guys, I just want to get this tip out here. If you're doing the facial, cleanser, heat up the face or whatever, just like, I can't remember his name right now. But what's his name? The doctor guy? Come on, Giselle, help me out. The guy that, the Luminous guy. Help me out.
Nathan Newman.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Nathan Newman, he does it like it's the cleanser. Heat up the face. You put the hot towel or something on their face. serum, mask, serum, then the cream. So the whole thing of this is here I am getting in front of these people or getting in front of the hot market or whoever I know that I can offer a free facial to. And now here's where it gets interesting. You're texting these people, whatever you want to do. Text them, text out, you know, I have to do 100 free facials this month. Do you mind, you know, would you help me out here and let me come and do a free facial for you is the thing. So I kind of tell them to do that or whatever. And then one of the things that while you're sitting there is you're going to like offer them, you want referrals. Here's the deal. Like you're going to ask them, okay, who, like for my two friends that I have going on here, I was going to do kind of like a little competition thing. Who can give me 5 referrals or more referrals for, you know, more people that you think would be interested in this free mini facial? I'll give you guys a 7-day serum sample pack, whoever writes the most numbers down. Who's going to write the most numbers down? All I'm going to do is text your friend or your family and say, hi, my name's Cheryl Coco. I got your number from so-and-so and so. She thought that you would be interested in a free mini facial. If you are, great. If not, I'm not going to send you another text. I'm just looking for people to give me their honest opinion on this free facial that I'm going to do. Well, you know, now you're getting referrals. You're getting more people. Well, like this is what the referral sheet kind of looks like. You know, but would you rather me text them or call them, their name, their phone number? How many people can you get on this list for a free 7-day serum sample? Who can get me as many people on this list as you can? So you're compounding, right? And now you have, the thing of it is instantly just you have 2 minutes. Great product. But now you have 45 minutes to an hour to talk to these people, chit-chat, form them, talk to them about what's going on in their life. If they would be interested in having a party, you know, if you do this, I can do that. If you like this, I can do that. So, you know, here maybe if they have a party, you can offer them a free mask, or you can offer them something to have a party with. What are the benefits of having a party with you? Which Amanda will get into some of the things that she offers when people have a party. So get the referrals, do the free mini facials, fill your calendar up. And here's what I want to talk to you about. We talk about planting seeds and the compound effect, right? So I kind of drew this kind of map of what's going on here, of the people that are planting seeds, mini facial seeds, right? So, I'm serious. So here's the first seeds that you're planting, right? And you offer them a free mini facial, right? And say this person, while you're offering the facial, right? Maybe they want to have a party, maybe they don't. But they might spend $100 and say, oh my gosh, I like this product, I have to have the serum, because you're going to talk a little bit about the products, right? That you're doing this free facial, and maybe they're going to order some stuff. But here, when they give you referrals, now you're branching out. Now you're branching. Like, okay, you got 5 referrals, now you're going to go do a free facial. Now, is this person going to buy product? Is this person going to buy product? Is this person going to have a party for you? Is this person, how many more referrals can you get? All the way down. Even if this person spends no money, if they give you referrals, you never know who is going to spend money, have a party, or refer more friends to you. So you just keep on compounding on this thing, like how I offered the thing to Marcy, but Jen's coming too to the party, so you can start out a seed and have more sprouts happen. So you want to plant the seeds, right? Get referrals, get bookings on a party, because now you have 45 minutes to chat it up. Hey, you know, what are you going to offer for having a great party? What can be done, and how many more referrals for free mini facials you can get. Also, I'm going to keep on going. So I saw this. Yeah, I got a lot to say. So I saw this, right? Okay. So maybe you want to put this on your Facebook page or an ad out, whatever you want to do. So face is needed, free mini facials, right? And you can do some pictures here, like, you know, before and after pictures, or people peeling their mask off, or whatever you got. So woman needed for facial reviews, right? I put local beauty consultant looking for women of all ages over 18 for before and after mini facial reviews. Because hot market, okay? But, you know, you're going to expand your network here. Here you're trying to expand your network. So you can, to enter, text mini facial to, put your phone number here, and a local consultant will message you details. Here's a way to expand your market. So maybe you're thinking to yourself, hey, I don't have a hot market, or I can't think of anybody. Yeah, you can. No excuses. We're going to figure out a way to get mini facials in front of people, to expand our network, to start branching off of the seeds that we plant, right? And to book home parties, to get product on people's faces, to present the opportunity to people. This is a great way as well. So, feel like, keep the referrals. Keep the referrals. Keep the facial thing going. I mean, I have Laura Smith and Giselle on here. I'm hoping that they chime in. You can make the facial up as much as you want, or go along with what you want to do. Make it fancy and fun. I'm kind of counting on some people here to chime in on how I can make my own facial parties fancy and fun here. I'm sure these women have it. What are you going to do? Are you going to give them something extra? Giselle, Laura, what do you guys have for, if you're doing a free mini facial, what would you guys add to that, or how do you feel? Giselle, thanks.
Well, I haven't done the mini facial parties yet. That's a really interesting take on it, and that's what I like hearing about, is the way other people do it. Because I can fill you in later, but honestly, most of my clients are men. That's my market. I have a lot of guys. I have restaurant owners. I have people that run fish plants and all sorts of different things. A lot of people are just at that age that they want to feel really good and look really good now. They're single. They're on the dating scene. They're on Match.com or the different dating sites, right? And they want to look good. And another one of my things is because if we keep it centered to women only, that cuts out a lot of our customers. And so what I tell, like when I have couples that get it and the woman's ordering, I always say, you watch your cream, because your guy's going to be in there sneaking it out of your bathroom, right? Because they will. They'll secretly be putting it on. So I says, you better get 2 sets, because they're going to want their own. But I love the idea that you're talking about the facial part. That's really good. I took some great notes, and I know a lot of people on my team that would be totally up for doing that.
Yeah, I think it's a way to just, expand on different things that people can, possibly get good at. This isn't something that I first thought, oh, I'm going to have parties or whatever, but, I want to try all different things. I think we should try a whole bunch of things in our business, see what works for us. You never know what can happen, or you never know what's going to come out of it. So I think it's a great thing to have happen. We do, for my my group of people, or our team, the way we build camaraderie with each other is we have there's a 30-day check-in, or how many people do you have on your calendar? Great. Or sometimes I send them a gift or whatever. Right now we're doing a product of the month. So we do a product of the month, and right now it's the mask. What happens here is that people are learning more about the mask. People are they're like, oh my gosh, I have to get the mask, I have to get the mask. You see, I could always tell, I'm like, you can see our product of the month right now, because I know who's posting mask pictures, and we're sending pictures of each other peeling it off, and who can get it off in one piece. And whoever sells the most masks or whatever in that month, we always, I always try and give a reward or something like that, or who books the most parties. But the way that it builds the camaraderie on my team, the way we have fun with it, Kimmy, I'm sorry, Kimmy, I'm calling you out, but Kimmy had this red hat on, and she's peeling off her mask in this little chat that we had. He's like, dude, it's mask days. It's like Santa Claus.
It's funny. The guys are the ones that are so good at that. Like, I'll look at Brett Coffey or other guys, and they know how to do these masks and really pull off the whole thing. I think it's because they've always played Batman all their lives, right? They just want to do it.
Right on. So, yeah, if you have a team of people and maybe you're thinking about, the parties or whatever, I think you guys should pass it on to them, because you never know who's going to be good at having parties, who's going to have a basis of people that may want a free facial, and then it extend into a party or a product buy, and it's about building your network, right? It's about building your network of people. So I think it's just another way to get in front of people, another way to build your market, and something really fun. Bring wine or something. Isn't that,
Well, I think it's important to change it up because we tend to get into doing the same kind of things all the time, and we do like wine and wrinkle parties and opportunity parties. So there's always that formula that you have to have that I think is really important when you invite people. And like I think I mentioned on one of the last ones, now it's I recruit to invite instead of invite to recruit. So I get people ahead of time and say, hey, we're having a party. You should join now because you're going to have an event to bring your guests to, right, and your prospects. So, but one of the big things I see when I go to parties is that people don't have their equipment set up ahead of time. They haven't tested it out, and that is something that is so crucial that you make sure everything's working beforehand. Another thing that's really important is having music on because it's a party. And there's nothing worse than people that are invited and they don't know anybody there and they're sitting in this super awkward silence, right, and not knowing what to do. So you got to get that atmosphere. Personally, if I'm the upline sapphire that's there, I like to be at the door and I like to be the one introducing myself and welcoming people in, you know, giving them a good welcome so that nobody's just kind of wandering in and feeling lost. And then we do, you know, the opportunity meetings and the parties. But I like the idea of changing it up because if you do the same thing all the time, it can tend to, once people have been there, done that, they want to see something fresh. So it's important just to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. And to see what other, you know, what other people maybe on your team are comfortable with. I know some of my girls, they kind of like, oh, I don't know if I could do this opportunity party or whatever, but this kind of thing that we're doing right now, like, kind of appealed to a lot of them, you know, because obviously you're going to present the opportunity when you're at a party, or even perhaps if you're talking to somebody, if it comes up while you're giving the free mini facial, they're really comfortable with that, really comfortable with, like, chatting it up and that whole party thing. But to go specifically to learn about the opportunity, something about that, you know, like, to me, it's okay, you know, I could talk to anybody or, you know, chat it up, but this is a new way for them to get in front of a lot of people, and we're really, I don't know, we have a lot of fun in that group. I love you guys. I know they're all watching, so we have a whole lot of fun in that group, and it's something really exciting that we're doing right now, and I could feel, like, everybody's energy right now, just talking about it and the fun that we have. So I also have, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, how does everybody else on here do their parties? Because I know we're all from different areas, like Amanda and
I wrote Amanda on. Amanda, you with? I have your Amanda. Dude,
I'm
this
here.
girl is awesome. I can't wait. We had a team call the other day. Amanda, you are rocking it out, dude. I can't wait for you to tell people this is genius stuff. This is so good. So, Amanda, take it away.
Now I feel like, you know, when somebody talks about a movie and they're like, it's the best movie ever, and you're like, oh, pressure. Okay, so what I do is I use an acronym. So get people together at the party, and I thank my hostess first off, you know, for getting her friends together, and then I use form. So I'll go around and I'll tell people, you know, to get a free prize, you can get some tickets, and I literally, where's it at? I have like a roll of tickets, and so I'll just pass them out. So I'll ask them, you know, tell me a little bit about your family, what you do for work, something you like to do for fun, and what you would do with an extra $800 a month. And then later on, the $800 will make sense because I'll explain it later. And so I just have them go around, and when they do that, I give them a ticket. And then introduce myself, tell them a little bit about myself, just the same thing, form with them, except for the $800 because that, like I said, comes later. Then the acronym I use is flawless. And so I'll play a game with them and where they ask the hostess, or to tell me a little bit about the hostess, something that begins with the letter F. And so they might say funny or, you know, whatever. And I'll say, okay, well, for me, it stands for face, because my business is for anybody who has a face. Do you have a face here? Raise your hand if you have a face. And then I'll go to L for luminous, ageless, instantly ageless. W is for wine. And I say, no, it's not that kind of party, but if you have one, invite me. And then I talk about resveratrol and reserve. And then I give a little bit of like my testimony within that, just because it's made such a huge difference for me. And so I talk about that. L is lengthening telomeres, and I talk about affinity. E is for energy, for Nevo. S is for supporting cellular health, AM, PM. And then The other S is for a simple system, Zen body, and then I'll tell them how it's worked for me and how I've lost 20 pounds and all that stuff. And so I
Hold
go
on,
through all that
Amanda.
stuff. And
Amanda, hold on.
yes,
I
okay.
love this, dude. I love this acronym. I love it. So, can you just go through it one more time in case somebody's writing it down? I'm sorry. Can you go through
Okay.
The acronym is
Okay.
flawless. So go ahead.
Flawless. Okay. So F is for face. Everybody has a face. L is for luminesce. A is for ageless, instantly ageless. W is for wine, and then I talk about reserve. L is for lengthening telomeres, finity. E is for energy, talk about Nevo. S is for supporting cellular health, and I talk about AM, PM. And then the other S is for a simple system in our Zen body.
That's so awesome, dude. I love that acronym. You know, I was on the phone call like, woo! I love it. So thank you for sharing. But you can keep going. I just wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
I really know.
So when I talk about luminesce, I actually have us stop right then, and we'll actually wash our face and put on the mask right then. And so that way, during the rest of the presentation that I'm doing, they'll have the mask drying at that point. For instantly ageless, what I actually do with the hostess is I'll have the hostess call 2 days before her party, just to confirm that people are coming, and also to give them the link so they can sign in to watch the 2-minute video. That way I get them in my marketing system, and then they watch the video. And anybody who watches it will get a free sachet at the party. And so when I talk about instantly ageless, I'm going to hand it then. And if anybody hasn't seen the video, then I can either do like a challenge, like, okay, who can pull it up fastest, or I probably won't demo it then just because we've already done the mask part, but I tend to do just the video right then. And then, so after I've gone through everything for flawless, we take off the mask, and then we'll do the serum, and I'll let them choose if they want to do the night or the day cream. And then we sample the Pro and the Fit then. So, and then let's see, what else was I gonna? And then the other thing that I do, because we should always be, I think, always offering the opportunity, is I use my Y bag. So I literally just have like a purse, like a bag. That's my why, like why I do what I do. And I'll have things in here that have to do with my business. And I'll tell them, okay, remember I gave you a ticket earlier, and anybody who's having a good time and laughing at my jokes gets tickets. So they already know that. Like if you think I'm funny, you get tickets. That's how it works. So, so let's see, what would I pull out? If somebody said, like, with the extra $800, they might pay off, credit card debt, I'll pull out a credit card and say, okay, I'm just like you. This is why I do my business, to get out of debt. If they say for, their kids, I might pull something out like this for my daughter who thinks she's a princess, things that have to do with that they're going to relate to, because I already heard them say these things. So I might have like 10 or 15 items in here that have to do with me personally, like why I do it, but I'm going to pull something that's going to specifically relate to them also. So they're like, oh, I can see myself doing this. Oh, because, this can help me in these ways. Always have a calendar. And then I talk about calendar control, because if I want to be able to do this, but I also want to have a life. I want to be able to be with my kids. I want to be able to, go to my daughter's dance performances, and my son getting his white belt and doing all those type of things. And so I talk about calendar control. And then when I'm booking my parties out, because I'm going to ask everybody, so did you want to have a get together, get your girlfriends together, we'll have some wine, we'll put on the mask, all that type of thing. I offer them a couple of days. And so I'll say, does a Friday or Saturday work better for you? And then they'll let me know. I'm like, okay, here's the next Friday I have available. Does that work for you? Instead of them, if they see my calendar, they'll take it and they'll still go, I want to do, like today's in January, can I do March 31st? No, sweetheart, I really need to book it in tight, because whatever your reason is. Because if you push it out, they're not going to be as excited. And so they're more likely to cancel or try and reschedule, and then it's just eventually never going to happen. So you want to get them booked in tight with what works for your schedule. So after we've done the Y bag and they've guessed like all these things that have to do with my business, I give them the tickets, and then I do a drawing. And and as I'm doing the drawing, the numbers on there, they have to say, I am flawless, because I bring it back to that idea of like, okay, see, we did flawless. So it's always coming up for them. So if they decide to join my team and they're used to that acronym, like it's just something that's a part of everything that they do, is like being flawless. Okay, how can we do this?
Hey, Amanda, I'm just
Yes,
going
go
to,
ahead.
the
Please.
flawless thing, this is the why bag, all of it. It's when, hold on, I'm going back to myself. So the thing I like most about what Amanda does and how she's presenting her party is that it's duplicatable. The
Yes.
whole thing of it is duplicatable. No one has to be intimidated by what she does. Guess what? You know what works great here, you guys, is systems. I'm a system kind of person, right? I used a system when I first started Jeunesse, or when I first joined this business. I don't know where I would have been without the system. I did the whole entire hot market thing, sent the links through the marketing system, and duplicated that throughout my team. Here, when you have a party, we're doing the same kind of system. She's teaching people the system, flawless, repeating it over and over again. How easy is this for you to do? You know, face, luminesce, ageless, the whole thing of it. You know, Amanda and I talked after the call that we had, and the whole thing was about duplication. And I was like, I know I could do this. I know other people can do this. And I know somebody sitting at this party is having fun. And if they're thinking about joining your business, they're thinking the same exact thing. Systems work. People love systems. People think to themselves, guess what? The work is done. All I have to do is plug into this system. This is something that works. So I had to add that in there, Amanda. I didn't mean to cut you off, but we were talking systems.
No problem. In fact, I'll still use note cards, or I'll have a notebook with me, because that shows people you don't have to have it all memorized. You don't have to have it all figured out. I was with the party plan before, and I would have a difficult time getting people to join my team, and they would say, I can't do what you do. Because I like getting in front of people, but a lot of people don't. And so by having the note cards like this, they see me going, oh, okay, touching on some key points, and they feel like, okay, anybody can read from a note card, even if, so, and sometimes I won't stand there like this with them, but I'll have them on the table next to me or whatever, and I'll reference them. And it feels doable. It doesn't feel so intimidating that way.
Yes, totally. I love that part. So, yeah. Anything else that you want to add?
No, we take off the masks, and then I have products, like I have sample things so people can buy then. So they might not be ready to purchase, the whole line. Some people are. That's great. But I have like this, so I talk about like the Zen, and they can buy. I like having it in the shaker cup, because to me, like if it was me sitting there, I'm like, I want your shaker cup, and then that way they can get it. Even if they didn't like this, which they're gonna love it, they still got a shaker cup out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just one of those type of people. So, yeah, and then I have like these, like I might give as like a little hostess thank you. So it has like Nevo. I call this like the late night packet, because it has the Nevo, it has an instantly ageless and a reserve for the next day. So different things. I'd reserve in a wine glass to give to a hostess, or if somebody books a party, then I might give them something like this, like a real small something, and then give them something bigger at the actual party when it's executed. So yeah.
All right. Amanda, seriously, I know how excited I was when I first heard this phone call, and I think you're amazing. The way that you formed this out and you wrote all this down, and I know that it's doable, and I know that it's duplicatable. I know you heard me excited on the phone call for you. It got me super pumped up about doing parties. I think you guys really, if you follow both things together, me and Amanda, like together, here's what works. It's the teamwork of us, right? Like, if you're not thinking in your mind, who am I going to call to have a party? Call people to have a free mini facial. Compound effect. Expand on it. Ask for referrals. And eventually you're going to get party bookings. And now you have a system to do a party that works, that other people can see works as well. You're going to wind up definitely with more sales, more people who are interested in joining your business. And it's going to compound over time, so that your calendar, your team's calendars are going to stay full. This is good stuff right here. Amanda, seriously, you know I love you though, girl. You know I do. But you're awesome. Thank you so much for being on the Hangout. Dude, your stuff is priceless. I don't
Oh,
know.
thank you.
I'm taking notes all the time, but stuff is priceless. Seriously. You're a rock star.
I love I love the idea of the free facials. That makes so much sense to me. And then people are like, "Oh, well, can I bring a friend?" And you're like, "Yeah, make a party." And they're doing it for you without going, "Hey, will you host a party for me?" Just being like, "Hey, do you want a free facial? You can bring a friend." I love it.
Thank you. Thanks. Anybody else have anything to add, Giselle? You want to add? Laura Smith, you in there? Oh, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Um,
Oh, wait,
well, I've
Laura
had
Smith.
a zillion parties, and I am a definite believer that you need to be the person, you need to be the person applying our products, even if you aren't the expert. You've got to set yourself up as the expert, and you have to leave a little bit of room for, of course, if there's failure because of someone's, especially applying instant ageless, if they're using a crazy concealer or something like that that most people don't need, because I've found that most of the time people are using concealer, it's actually diminishing shadows from actually the bags under their eyes. There's usually not as deep dark circles as these folks think they have. So you need to be the expert. You need to be doing the application, and you need to be familiar with the service that you're providing. I also believe that I don't give anybody any product to take home with them unless you're applying it to them. You know, just tell them to get with you when they have time available to get with you. Don't send it home with them because it won't get used. So those are my main points that I use during a party. Of course, have fun, fun, fun. Be excited. Look fabulous. Don't be looking all crazy and not dressed to the nines. You're the hostess, and you need to make sure that you're performing like a professional. So those are my big points that I like to get across with my team. And don't be scared to touch people. I mean, my two girls that went Sapphire never applied Instantly Ageless to not one person. And imagine if they had actually been the people applying it. So make sure that you're comfortable with the application. Well, that's my main points.
Yeah, Laura Smith made some great points there. Go in there looking like a professional, feeling like a professional, and give yourself a break, guys. 10,000 hours to be a professional at anything in this industry. If something goes wrong, give yourself a break for a second. You got 10,000 hours to practice. Get out there and go do something. That's the fun of this business. To me, all of the things, all of these experiences that we get to have, it's just new adventures you get to go on. So give yourself a break. Feel like the expert. Go in there, but embrace things that happen, please. I mean, if I didn't embrace everything, I'd be falling all over the place. It's a good time. It's good fun. Thanks, Laura. Anybody else, Giselle? I think I hear you.
Oh, you hear, hear me breathing? um, well, yeah, see, I think everything's such a good point. And that's what I love about this team is everybody brings a different perspective to the table. I'm kind of of the perspective of if it doesn't come across, like not everybody's the same. And so I just say be yourself and run with it, right? I mean, people are afraid to have home parties because they're scared of what their house looks like or that it's not this beautiful place and they don't have these wonderful trays of hors d'oeuvres, they can't afford it. And you know what? Your friends know you, right? They know what your house looks like. They know that you've got dog hair all over your couch or whatever, right? They're cool with that. They love you. So don't even worry about that. Just have your party, wing it. I mean, my first party I did, my DVD player didn't work, right? And I didn't test it, and I'm sitting there, oh gosh, okay, there's no DVD. So I just stood up and said, I've never had a party before, never done this before, I love the shakes, rah, rah, let's go. Who's in? And then learn from there. And I mean, it was really scary, but it gets easier every time. And just, don't even worry about it. Just have fun with your friends.
For sure, totally have a good time. I mean, I know us ladies can have a good time anywhere. If anybody else doesn't have anything to add, I was gonna. Elias, I know you in there. I see you. Hey. I can't hear you, but I see you. Oh, can you hear me now? I saw your face go. Can you hear me now? But no, I can't hear you. Can anybody else hear him, or is it just me? No, you can't hear him. Do you plug your ear gear in again? Is that what this is called? Your ear gear? Ooh,
Oh, I think I heard something.
me too. Did I hear? No, no, I got nothing. I got the camera. Nah, dude. Maybe I'll put it on me while he's. Or I'll put it on Giselle. There you go.
Oh, what on me?
Here,
What did I do?
spotlight's on you. Well, Elias is trying to get his microphone fixed.
Yeah, I think it might be, my girl had that earlier, and it was the actual microphone settings on the computer.
Oh,
not
okay.
your mic, yeah.
I
So you have
saw.
to click that button.
Click that button, dude.
Yeah. It's probably in the settings. If you go to settings and make sure that it's, you can click on your default microphone. What about Mary Jo? How do you have a party, Mary Jo?
Hi.
Okay.
A lot of the same way. You know, you start with that free facial.
Move on. Build up to it.
Yeah, I love the, you know, peel the mask off the quickest. It's pretty funny.
For sure.
And I,
So
you know, in Illinois, I know it's probably the same everywhere else. You really have to be in this addition to apply the, well, everything, the instant just and the mask and everything. Of course, a private home and a party, but I let them put them on themselves. And sometimes they'll crack me up with, you know, too little or too much. But you can't really put the mask on for anybody.
I was the mask the first time. I have to say, like, I kind of like got that in my hair and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
I'm surprised at how many people have never used a mask.
Oh, the mask is. I mean, I probably overuse it. Like, if you can overuse it, I do it. I got to do that thing like 3 times a week. I think it's fun. I'm like, you ever see like Doc on Back to the Future? He like peels his mask off, dude. That's what it reminds me of. I'm like, just like Doc. Oh no, good stuff. Good stuff. Elias, how you doing?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yes.
Is there an echo?
A little bit. A little bit.
A little bit? I need to work that out. But good night, ladies. How are you?
We're good. Nice to see you.
Good.
1 2 1 2. How about now? We clear?
Sing us a song, dude.
You too much. Can you hear me now?
I'll start rapping with you. I'm just playing.
How
Yeah.
about now? Awesome. No echo?
Nah, you golden.
Awesome. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Hey, Amanda, you rock, girl. Great tips tonight. Welcome to the hangout. Laura, welcome to the hangout. And Mary Jo, welcome to the hangout. And Giselle, what's up, girl? How you doing? I have a great read for us tonight.
Yeah, what do you got for us? What do you got?
Oh, tonight's read fits right in with everyone was talking about.
You kind of have that synced up, dude.
Yeah, you know I got it ready to go,
That's how we
girl.
roll.
Presenting your product or opportunity to your prospect. So what a perfect read for a perfect hangout, right?
That's all.
That's what I'm talking about. So whenever you're ready, you just give me the heads up. We get right
We're
into
ready.
it. But
We're
again, ladies, you all rock tonight. I definitely will be watching the replay to make sure my notes are clear and you know, great tips from everyone. So tonight, chapter 6, skill 3, presenting your product or opportunity to your prospects. I apologize. And tonight's read, of course, is from our very own Mr. Eric Worre GoPro. Okay. Just want to make sure. Can you guys hear me? I'm clear? Okie dokie. Thank
You're
you.
golden. You're good.
Awesome. Okay. So we've talked about the first two skill sets of identifying prospects and inviting them to learn more about your product or opportunity. As you've learned, you'll be inviting them to review a tool or attend some sort of event. If they are reviewing a tool by themselves and you're not around, there's nothing for you to do. Just follow up when you said you would. If you're physically with them, there are some things you need to understand. And one of the biggest is you are not the issue. This was a tough one for me to accept when I first got started. I read everything I could, listened to everything I could, and attended all the training sessions I could. I thought the most important thing I could do was become an expert on all the facts associated with my company. So if anyone asks me any questions, I'd be right there with the answers. Sounds logical, right? I would sit down with someone and say, let me tell you all about our products. Let me tell you all about our company. Let me tell you all about our compensation plan. Let me tell you all about our incredible support system. There are big problems with that approach. If you want to build a large and successful organization, for me, the first problem was no matter how much I learned, there would still be questions that stumped me. And since I was presenting myself as the expert, if I got stumped, that might make the prospect question the whole opportunity. The second problem was most of my prospects knew I wasn't an expert. So when I came to them and presented myself as an authority figure, they knew it wasn't true. It actually made them more skeptical. The third problem was, even if I was successful at becoming an expert, the other distributors in my organization didn't necessarily have the same desire or willingness to learn. As a result, I was the go-to guy for every single presentation. There's no way to create an organization that will duplicate with this approach. And without duplication, network marketing is just a job. In the early days, that's what network marketing was for me, a job. I had no duplication because I made myself the issue. But I was determined and I started to observe and take careful notes on how the most successful distributors did their presentations. The pros never made themselves the issue. More than that, they never presented themselves as an expert. They acted as a consultant who connected the prospect to tools, events, or other distributors to help them become educated. If the prospect asked a question, they would guide them to the answer, but they wouldn't give the answer directly. This baffled me until I started to comprehend duplication. The pros knew they could sign the person up by dazzling them with their knowledge and experience, but they also knew it would take a long time for the new distributor to do the same. So they came up with a simpler approach. It was around this time I heard a concept that has stuck with me ever since. In network marketing, it doesn't matter what works, it only matters what duplicates. This should be a guiding principle for every network marketing professional. The pros use tools instead of their own wisdom. The pros use live events instead of their own presentations. The pros use other distributors to give the facts instead of giving them themselves. The pros don't present themselves as experts. They just invite people to learn more about the product or the opportunity and let the third-party resource provide the information. The pros bring passion, enthusiasm, excitement, and belief. If you ever watch a pro at work, you'll see a fire in them that is contagious. Make passion, enthusiasm, excitement, and belief your priority. Then invite professionally, and let the third-party resource do the rest. In addition to learning how to effectively present your product or opportunity during your personal recruiting efforts, it's also important to learn how to present your opportunity to groups of people. I've heard it said, and I think it's true, the person with the marker makes the most money. In other words, the person in front of the room giving the presentation usually has a higher than average income. When I first got started, I was deathly afraid of speaking in front of people, but I was ambitious, and since everyone said this was an important skill, I was determined to master it. I started by learning how to give a short and effective testimonial. Learning to tell my story was extremely valuable in building my business and has been to this day. People aren't interested how much you know, but they are interested in your story, as long as you don't bore them to death with it. I worked on my story for a while, and after tweaking it a time or two, here is what I came up with. Hi, my name is Eric Worre, and I'm a retired underachiever. I had 18 jobs by the age of 23, and I was starting to think my future wasn't looking so good. I was embarrassed by my lack of results, and I was desperately looking for a way to make something of my life. In January of 1988, I was introduced to network marketing, and it has changed my life. Instead of being afraid of the future, now I'm excited about it. And then I would insert whatever was appropriate based upon my current levels of success. The theme of my story was, if I could do it, anyone can do it. And it worked. I used it all the time in hotel meetings, in home meetings, on three-way calls, on conference calls, you name it. No matter what your background is, you can craft a compelling personal story. I found every good story has 4 elements: your background, the things you didn't like about your background, how network marketing or your company came to the rescue, your results, or how you feel about your future. Take some time to create your story and start telling it every chance you get. Next, I decided to master my company's opportunity presentation. Again, the concept of modeling successful people came into play. The top earner in my company was extremely powerful and effective. In addition, he did the same exact presentation every single time, just about word for word. So I recorded his presentation and transcribed it by hand onto a legal pad. When I completed that step, I recorded my own voice doing that presentation. I did it word for word. Same story, same jokes. Everything was his exact presentation. After I was done, I played it back and it was terrible. My voice had no energy. I was boring. I hated it. So I recorded it again and again and again until it was acceptable. In the end, I had an auto cassette with my presentation on it, and I listened to it over and over in my car. I'll bet I listened to that presentation 500 times. And by that time, I had it memorized. I knew it backwards and forward. I could start from any part of the presentation and take it from there. You would not believe the confidence this gave me. I went from being afraid to do the presentation to actively looking for opportunities to give it. I did the presentation on conference calls, in home meetings, on three-way calls, and any place else I could find. I became a regular presenter at our local meeting and continued to move up to bigger and better venues, even being asked to speak at company conventions. For me, the evolution of becoming a presenter went through several stages. Number one, learning my story. Number two, learning the standard opportunity presentation. And number three, learning different training presentations. One big defining moment as a presenter came in 1993. I was 29 years old and I started to make a name for myself in network marketing. I was having a conversation with the CEO of the company and the number one distributor at the time. I can't remember exactly how the topic came up, but I recall saying something to the CEO like, well, the top distributor, might be a better networker than I am right now, but I can outspeak him anytime. It was meant as a joke, but the CEO raised his eyebrows and said, okay, son, I'll tell you what. We have our big convention coming up. Over 14,000 people will be in attendance. I'll give you both the same amount of time, and we'll have a private contest. I'll handpick a few judges, and they will vote on who did a better job. Wow. Now I was really on the hook. I wasn't a huge leader. I didn't have as big an organization or reputation at the time as the top earners. So I did the only thing I could control. I started to prepare like my life hung in the balance. I chose a theme, I wrote my talk and rewrote it over and over. I did research, I practiced, I recorded myself doing the speech. I did everything I could possibly do. When the day came, I never felt so nervous in my entire life. Talking to 14,000 people is like talking to an ocean. But my preparation served me well. I studied myself, 29-year-old, insecure, self, and delivered. The response was overwhelming. The crowd went wild, literally. I felt a little numb when I walked off stage as they were still cheering, and I sat there while the top earner gave his speech. He did a fine job, but I have to admit to you, it felt so good to have the CEO come up and congratulate me for winning our private little contest. It was definitely a defining moment. That speech was lost for a very long time, but a copy was recently discovered. If you'd like to hear it, you can do so by going to this link, networkmarketingpro.com/call to action. Again, the link is networkmarketingpro.com/call to action. My voice sounds quite a bit younger, but it's still me. To summarize this skill set, remember a few important things. Number one, when you are prospecting, you are the messenger, not the message. Get yourself out of the way and use a third-party tool. Number two, learn to tell your story in a way that will make your prospects curious to hear more. And number three, when it comes to presenting in front of a group of people, preparation is key. When you're prepared, it's fun. And that concludes tonight's reading. Presenting your product or opportunity to your prospect.
That's awesome. Thanks.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Duplication. Love it.
Yes.
All right, guys.
So again, tonight's read, it fits right into a lot of the golden nuggets that were shared tonight on the Hangout. And ladies, you rock. I need to, when you get it ready, Coco, I'm going to definitely rewatch it and, take notes and things of that nature. But all you ladies rock. It's a blast hanging out with you ladies.
You guys too.
You know
Thank you so much. All right.
All right. Good night. Good night.
Bye.
TTO. All right.
Bye. We'll see you on the next one.
You know it.